yeah. So I like turned up the Texas accent. I'm like, I'm from Texas. Y'all, I'm not from here, but thank you so much. So
Oh,
do you remember in Thailand
yeah. When the
when the
princess,
princess
yeah,
came to the
the
show?
princess was coming to the
Yeah,
show, but she was late.
like an hour and a half.
Was it an hour and a half? I don't even
It was an
remember.
hour and a half.
I just
And
remember
they,
that it was so late.
yeah, they kept saying, you know, we're on hold for 5 minutes, we're on hold for 10 minutes. And I just remember I can literally picture the dressing room. And everybody just like, man, how long are we going to wait for the princess? And then she left at intermission.
Yeah. Okay. They said you can't start the show until, she's here. And they set up, they moved. Do you remember they moved all of the seats and they set up a pedestal and a chair front and center, and nobody else was around.
Right.
It wasn't like a chair next to her or anything. And then like everybody was in the stands behind it. It was like completely secluded at the center of the floor of the audience. And then, we held, and it was like maybe, 30 minutes or whatever it went in. I didn't remember how long it was, but it was a long, long time. And we're like, what's going on? And then someone says, oh, well, the princess is just leaving the palace. And we're like, she's just leaving the palace? Where is the palace and how long? And they go, well, no, because when she leaves the palace, they like clear the roads. So like it doesn't take long to get anywhere. But like before she leaves, it's like a parade. They make sure the entire road is clear before she leaves. And so when she gets here, we're thinking like princess, like a 7-year-old girl going to a Disney show. This chick was like 62. She was this princess, and we're like, who? And then she's sitting there the whole time by herself. If I was a prince or a princess, I would want my friends next to me so I can enjoy the show and laugh with them and talk. And she's there by herself. Yeah, we held that long, and then at intermission she left, and we're like,
and I was like, she didn't even get to watch Princess Jasmine's Levitation. What the heck?
Well, I mean, truth be told, Act 2 is better than Act 1.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so we're like, we could have done Act 1, and you show up at intermission, and then you watch Act 2.
And we kept talking as cast amongst ourselves, like, can't we just start this? Like, obviously, she's late, and we weren't a priority, you know? And I remember the local host was like, no, you have to wait for the royalty. You have to wait for the princess. And we're like, okay. We waited a long time. But that was cool that
it was super cool. But I remember in Thailand, Brad and I were going somewhere on like the metro somewhere, right? We're going, and it was just the two of us, and we're going somewhere. And as we're walking through the metro, kind of getting on the train and whatever, and like we bump into somebody, and they all speak Thai. Clearly, we don't speak Thai. Bump into somebody. Right. Oh, sorry. And then boom, I knock into somebody else. I'm like, oh, sorry. And then he knocks into somebody, and we're like, what is going on here? And we just keep bumping into people just standing still. And all of a sudden, like, I go, Brad, and I grab him. I go, stop. Nobody's moving. Everybody's standing straight like this.
Oh my gosh.
It was like a horror film. It was like a scary movie because like, what's going on? And we're like, I'm going, whoa. And Brad, you know, he's so dramatic. He's like, you know, and I'm like, dude, don't move. Don't say anything. Like, what is going on? Like, we have to figure this out. And then like, we stood there for like, I don't know, 90 seconds, 2 minutes, like a couple minutes. And I'm just like, I don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, people start walking again. It was like the craziest thing. Yeah. And so then I remember, and we're like, what? I remember then asking, I think it was our host or some local, was like, this happened. What was this about? And they go, oh, was it at, you know, noon or whatever? Yeah. And they said, oh, they play the King's song.
Oh.
So when you play the King's song, you have to stand still and it's like the national anthem, you know, but like.
Yeah.
And so you have to stand still, don't move, don't talk. And then after the song is done playing, then you proceed. And they play it like every Saturday or every whatever thing is. But I remember that. And it did freak me out for a second because you're like, you know, imagine daily life going da da da, and all of a sudden everybody stops but you.
Yeah.
Like, what is going to Get me.
I can just imagine you and Brad like ping pong balls.
Yeah, no, it was. You know, the first time if you accidentally bump into somebody, you don't realize it. You don't recognize it. You go, boom, oh, yeah, boom, oh, sorry, boom, oh, sorry. Wait a second, what's going on here? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was scary.
Yeah.
You know what? So since you said I have some just war stories, not show related, you already know what we're going to talk about. So that's
I wonder.
You know exactly. So well, oh my gosh, I just thought of the other one. Let's start with Egypt, shall we?
Let's start with Egypt. Yes.
Let's start with Egypt. So we're doing the show in Cairo, and Esia and Norm and I decided we wanted to take this like side trip to Sharm el Sheikh, which is a real nice resort kind of town on the Red Sea. And it was cool. And so we're like, cool, we're down, like awesome, let's do it, let's go. Because we had, I don't know, a week off. Everybody else stayed at the hotel in Cairo, and we're like, let's go to Sharm el Sheikh. So we go to Sharm el Sheikh. We got this resort that was all inclusive, like you know, you had the room, you had the food, it had a pool, had everything else. And the three of us all decided, like, here are the different excursions we wanted to do, right? Like, I remember I wanted to go four-wheeling in like the desert. You want to go like snorkeling in the Red Sea. And then we all wanted to like climb to the top of Mount Sinai. So all the things we all kind of wanted to do, but it was like, oh, let's do this. Anyhow, we go to climb the top of Mount Sinai, and you can't climb it in the middle of the day because it's way too hot, right? So we leave at like 11:30 p.m. It's in the middle of the night. We get in a cab and we drive to, you know, base camp of Mount Sinai, right?
Yeah.
And then we get out, and we were the first people there that night. And there's these like little like teenager Bedouin guides, like just all, and you kind of just pair with one of them. They're just like, all right, I'll take you. And you're like, okay. And so, and so we start walking up this mountain. So it's me, Esia, Norm, and this guy. And like, as we're walking, it's like pitch black. And there's stars.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's really pretty, amazing stars. But all of a sudden you hear like noise, and it's like, and you're like, what is that? He goes, oh, we're in a camel farm or a camel field. Yeah. And you're like, what? And then he like takes a flashlight, and like, as he turns the flashlight on, you're surrounded by camels. Like there's camels everywhere. And like, we don't realize it because you're just walking, because you can't see anything. It's so dark. And then he'll stop along the way. He'll say, stop, take a rest here. And we're like, okay. And then I just remember, was it the last steps? It was like, that were like.
Yeah, like it's called like the 100 steps or something, right?
Yeah.
Or 300, something like that.
You're literally scaling a mountain. Like, it's like these steps aren't steps. You're like climbing. No. And I was tired at the end of it. I'm like, yo, I'm tired.
Of course. Yeah.
And so then we go up, and we're on the top of Mount Sinai. We're the first people there that night. And we're like, wow, cool, we made it. This is the top of it. And then this guy is so like nonchalant, is like, oh, don't step, you know, right there. And you're like, what? He goes, yeah, you're on the edge of the cliff right now. Like literally, you fall off. Like, it's just super calm. Like, yo, watch out. He was just like, don't take another step. And you're like, what? And then like he gets his flashlight and shows you, and like you're literally on the edge of the cliff. So I was like, yeah. like, so like how many? Anyway, so long story.
Yeah, we were like, let's make sure we get a good spot because we don't want anyone to obstruct our view of the sunrise. So let's, you know, I feel like we were like kept scooting forward. Wait a minute. Calm yourself.
Yeah, we get these cots. They're like little mats and a blanket. And, you know, we go to sleep for like, I don't know, an hour.
So cold.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was freezing. Hour and a half. And then like, we wake up and there's like people all around us.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, who are you? Like when I went to
like, you didn't even hear them coming in or arriving.
Yeah. And so we saw the sunrise on Mount Sinai. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then we're on the top of Mount Sinai. At the end, we go down, and it's great. When we get back to our hotel,
Wait, you didn't even tell about the taxi ride.
oh my gosh, the guy was insane. So
It was so cold.
it
We
was
had layers on. We come down. Now we're burning up. We just scaled a mountain back down.
right
We
because
stopped by the bush.
now it's like around 11 a.m. noon. By
Yeah.
the time we get down and we go to like a monastery or whatever, and we see the burning bush, and then we're like, okay, let's get in our cab back. And it's this cab driver, and now we're driving through the desert in midday. We're in tons of layers.
Yeah.
I remember I had like shorts on and like long and pants, and I'm in the back seat, and I just pulled my pants down. I'm just like in shorts.
I remember.
And I'm taking.
I remember.
I'm like in a t-shirt. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm boiling up.
We're boiling, and he's like, the air is on full, and I'm like, I can breathe harder than this. It's like, and then we stopped at the gas station.
We stopped at the gas station, and he's like, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go in. Do you want anything? We're like, no, let's just get out of here. So he comes back after he's in there for who knows how long, like longer than he should. He comes back. It's got to be like 110 degrees minimum.
So
he comes back into the forest, happy as can be, sits down, turns around with steaming. It was a tea with steam coming off of it, and literally turns to me and goes, hot tea? And I was like,
and Alex went, no!
I was like,
he had the biggest smile on his face. Hot tea?
Yeah, he was so happy. Hot tea? Like he was doing me a favor. And I go, no, are you crazy? How could you drink that? It is so hot now.
That is exactly what you said. No, are you crazy?
I go, what's wrong with you?
God.
How could you drink that? It's 115 degrees and you're drinking hot tea. There's steam coming off of it. Why are you drinking that? It should be ice water. And like, you're looking at me, and Norm is kind of like, and oh my gosh, you guys, it's like too hot to laugh.
It was like, oh my gosh, that was so funny.
And then at the end of that, we get back to the capper. We get back to the hotel, and we had just climbed a mountain, and you're in denim, head to toe, jeans, jean jacket, and you had your hair, you have, long, beautiful hair, and it's wrapped, and you have this like thing covering your face. And me and Norm walk in. Norm,
They walk in, no hassles whatsoever.
And then you go to walk in, and they don't let you in because
they didn't let me in. They thought it was a local. They wouldn't let me in.
And then
I was
like, oh wait, Esia's not, they're not letting you in. What's going on? I go, I don't know that lady. I think that you should take her out.
Yes, that is what Alex did. And I was like,
oh, you guys.
Yeah, so I like turned up the Texas accent. I'm like, I'm from Texas, y'all. I'm not from here, but thank you so much for thinking that I am. I think did we have our passports on us, or I think I said in the hotel room. They can go get they can go get my passport for me if you want proof. But y'all didn't, right?
That happened. I think because once you started talking, and you don't speak Arabic, and they kind of realized. But I remember they stopped you as we're going in because you looked like you were a Bedouin guide. And you're not going into the resort. You're standing on the outside, and they both. I think there's like two people there stopping. You're like, guys, and I'm like, let's go, Norm. I was like, yeah. He goes, oh man. I go, take her out. She don't belong here.
Yes. Yeah.